Hello again and welcome to another video from the Marketing Study Guide. In this video, I'm going to have a look at my top 10 tips for using perceptual maps. Now, while perceptual maps are relatively simple, they can be a very powerful tool for marketing analysis, provided they are used correctly. So let's go through the 10 things you should be doing when doing perceptual mapping. First thing is to make lots of maps. The number of times I see companies or students jump at one solution, let's pick that attribute, and we'll make a map out of it and put it in our report, and that'd be fantastic. What we're doing is we're guessing the important attributes and where the market will stand out and where competitors will stand out, and the map will best show that. You know what? We just don't know. Our goal as marketing analysts and just marketers in general is to identify insights. The only way we can do that is to go through map after map. If we've spent a lot of the company's money on doing surveys and image data and getting all that information, why are we just using one map? The more maps we use, the more insights, the more understanding we'll have of the marketplace. Number two, use what's called determinant attributes. So don't just pick any attributes for the final report, pick the ones that determine choice. So which ones are the consumers using to make a decision between key competitors? And I've got a simple example here for an airline. Now we go on a plane to go somewhere, price is important, the brand is important, convenience is important, all of those aspects. But often it can drill down to a relatively simple decision of, oh, they give us food on that airline, the other one doesn't, or this one's got a bit more leg room, it's a bit more larger in the seating. So something as simple as food and seating can be the attributes that make consumers choose between two competing airlines. So it doesn't have to be the big picture things. It can come down to quite something simple. If you're going on a holiday and you want to pick a hotel, it might be, gee, they have a big swimming pool, they have a smaller swimming pool, we'll go for that one. So it could be something that simple. So that's the determinant attributes. What's determining choice between the competitors? Number three is map perceptions of key segments. So it's sort of related to this, we're making lots of maps. But rather than looking at our data overall, let's separate that data into segments. How does our segment 1, how does that see the market? Segment 2, how does that see the market? And so on. If we use all segments together, we're going to get an average. So this segment here is not even our target market, yet they're in the perceptual map. What's the point of that? Look at our target markets and maybe even drill down into niche markets as well. Number four, look at different levels of the market. So rather than just looking at all competitors or key competitors, can we zoom out? Can we have a look at indirect competitors, substitute products? So we can get a sense of, if we're being threatened, what other industries or what other products may be taking our sales away. And we can also drill down into a product space to look for like products. So we've got different ways of looking at the marketplace. Obviously, this depends a little bit on our data and what we've collected, but hopefully at times we've gone just beyond a standard competitive set and looked a bit broader and looked a bit deeper, and that will help us generate those insights as well. 5, use time-based maps. So I'm assuming that many organisations who have perceptual maps and have the data have done this on a regular basis. That might be yearly, might be every few years. But map the comparison. This is 2 years ago, consumer perceptions. This is today, consumer perceptions. And you can even map your intentions, your future. So that gives us a good insight of how we're travelling, how the business is performing, how our marketing efforts are performing, all our branding stuff, is that making a difference? And it also helps us identify competitor strategies. So we can see they were there and now they're over here. But this competitor, they were down there and they've moved in this direction. This is giving us tremendous insight into how they want to be positioned, and then we could drill down to what marketing mix elements have they done, how have they changed, what is driving that positioning. Okay, that seems to work. This company here has done nowhere, they're same in the same position, what are they doing? So it helps us dig into things we should be aware of. Be realistic. Now, as a lecturer, I often see students present, this is a perceptual map, and all our competitors who've been in the market forever are here, here, and here, and we're a new entrant, and we're going to walk in, and we're going to be up there. We're going to be in the top right hand, or whatever the best quadrant is, and we're going to leapfrog them. We've never been in this market. These players have been here for decades, but suddenly we're able to do it. That's just not realistic unless you are a big player. If you're a major company in the world and have a lot of resources, you may be able to do that, but most businesses just simply can't. So be realistic if you're setting positioning goals, particularly when entering a new market or trying to reposition. Never use price and quality on the same map. Now, this is a big frustration. In a consumer's mind, they go, price and quality are essentially the same thing. They don't necessarily say that, but if you ask them, on a quality scale, 1 being low quality, 9 being high quality, how would you put BMW or Mercedes? People would put it up towards the higher number because they know they're higher priced. And if you pick a cheaper car brand, they'll go down the end because they're equating price and quality. So whenever we do this, we are essentially mapping the same attribute twice, and we get a correlated map, which is not helpful for us. Use consumer data, not opinions. Now, this will get down to the size of the company and their ability to get research and data. I accept that. But if you're a larger business, you should be building perceptual maps on data, on how consumers see the market, because that's what a perceptual map does. It maps the perceptions of consumers, how they see the market rather than how we see the market. So opinions mean we sit around a management table and think, I think brand A is positioned there and brand B is positioned there. Well, we already know that. So what is the point of doing that other than putting it in a fancy map? What we really want to do and understand is, yeah, we had positioning goals and we're trying to achieve something, but have they been executed? The only way we can tell that is by using real-life data wherever possible. Ignore brands always in the middle of the map. Now, if you have a map, and you might put 1 or 2 in a final report, maybe a couple more, and there's a brand that's in the middle, and you go, well, gee, they've taken that position, and that's intentional. Maybe, maybe not. If we go through looking at multiple maps, and we see that they're generally always in the middle of every single map, both dimensions, right in the middle there, you know what that tells me? It tells me that nobody knows anything about that brand. So a consumer's asked on a scale of 1 to 5 or whatever the scale is, tell me about brand C. Are they high or low on that attribute? Ooh, probably a 3. And they run through all the brands, come to that another dimension. Tell me about that brand again. Ooh, probably a 3. The consumer is going to the middle each time because they have no general understanding of the brand. So if you're finding that, just take them out. It's an underpositioned brand. Nobody knows much about it. If you include it in the map, it appears that it's deliberate and it's intentional, and you may even make comment, oh, brand C, it can be seen, they have taken this middle status of middle positioning, and that's just rubbish. Okay, and then finally, always use Excel. I've seen students and even in businesses trying to do perceptual maps in Word and in PowerPoint, and we're just guessing where it is. If we're using data, obviously we have to use Excel. Excel can be quite exact, and I've got a link below for a free Excel template that allows you to do that so quickly and easily. I don't know why anybody would bother with Word and PowerPoint. You do it in Excel. You then, once you're happy with the map or maps, you just simply copy it, paste it into your document, and it's exact. Okay, that's helpful. Top 10 tips. Hopefully that'll improve your analysis and help you gain those insights, which is so important. If you like the video, please hit like and please subscribe to the channel.